Hey YouTubers. So, took the bug on a pretty good cruise. It was about 140 miles total today. And I had a few little problems, of course. You know, what's not to be expected. It's a 40-something year old car. Well, one of the problems is the front end is sagging again. And I think I found out why. When I took the torsion leaves out, and I took to my buddy, I didn't mark out which one was, use this as a demonstration, which one was the top side with the right and left. And when you twist these, you're putting a set twist into them. And when you flip that over, and now this is your left-hand side instead of the right, and you twist it, you're twisting it the opposite way. And I think that's what's happened. Because this thing is a little higher because I just lifted it up a little bit ago, but it's settled down again. When me and my buddy went for a little ride, the tire was up underneath is getting back up underneath the car there, and I had a fender gap before, so I'm gonna raise it up again with the top torsion leaves also and see how far it settles down. If it continues to settle, I'm gonna have to probably do something about that. I'm probably gonna have to get different springs, or I may go with a 3-inch narrow beam because 4-inch is a little drastic. So that's one part of what I had a problem with. The other part is one of my needle and seats is sticking, which is not that huge of a deal, just something you gotta play with. But the problem I actually have is the passenger side of the engine was running. It was running really nice. I know I hadn't timed it yet. So when we got to my buddy's house, I was going to time it and we forgot to do it. And we're going to another friend's house, and he lives about 70 miles away from here. And when I went to his house, I decided, we need to time it. Because it was running pretty good, and then when we got on the interstate, it started sounding like a idle jet was getting clogged. You could just tell it was not firing on all four cylinders at idle. So we just hooked the timing light up to it and found out that it had 5 degrees at idle, 5 degrees after top dead center is when it was firing on number 1. And usually on a bug with a 009, they usually hit around 10 to 12 degrees depending on the distributor before top dead center at idle. And then they advance out to about 30, 32 depending on your setup. And this thing was advancing from 10 degrees after top dead center to about 10 degrees before top dead center. So I was missing 20 degrees of advance is the short answer there, which did a lot for performance. Putting that advance back into it, resetting the timing actually helped a lot. But it still has a dead cylinder over here at idle. So we cleaned the air to the idle jet out, and that helped a little. But it's kind of funky. I can tune the fuel mixture, idle mixture screw there, and I can hear one cylinder react, but not the other. It doesn't speed up and down very well. You can kind of hear it speed up and down just a little bit, but not very much. So I'm going to take the carburetor off tonight, clean it out just to do it, and I'm kind of thinking what's happened is I have a valve that may be stretching a little bit, and I'm thinking I'm losing compression because the valve's not all the way open. Once you get past 1200, 1300 RPM, you start getting out of the idle circuit, and you start getting in the mains. It runs great. So I'm kind of thinking too, plus you're at that speed, you're building more compression, dynamic compression, and I'm thinking that's part of the reason why it's running better. So I'm going to jack it up tonight and take the carburetor off, check the rocker arms. I actually may try and put the 125 Chinese rockers I have on it. I'm not sure if I'm going to try that yet. Depends on how much energy I have and if I have to take the muffler off. But other than that, the car did really good. It handles fairly well for being narrowed and no sway bars and no shocks. If I did it again, I would probably get a sway bar. Just kind of does make the car a little stabler. It kind of feels, like I said, it feels a little tricycle-y to me, being this narrowed. I may eventually, like I say, I may if I keep losing ground clearance in the front due to the suspension settling, I may go with a 3-inch and just do a 3-inch because I believe I can get a sway bar to fit from a 2-inch on a 3-inch. So that's kind of what's going on here. Hopefully everybody's having a fun time. I'll try and edit all the videos together here. And so tonight is going to be doing a little maintenance work on the Bug. Alright, so hopefully everybody's having a good time. It's getting near Christmas here, so if I don't see you guys until then, Merry Christmas. And get back out there and work on your cars. Don't forget to subscribe if you like anything. Alright, bye.